Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to mount an elastic file system or EFS to an EC2 instance using the AWS console. So first I'm going to create a file system by going to the EFS service under storage section. So I've clicked on EFS and now I'm going to create a file system and I'd name it EFS file system. And now I'm creating this file system in the default VPC. Okay, so I'm clicking on create. So now our file system has been successfully created. So the next step is to launch an EC2 instance. So I'm going to launch an EC2 instance. So I'll click on launch instance. I'll be selecting this Linux AMI with T2 micro configuration and I'll scroll down, and here I'm going to mount my EFS file system by clicking on add file system, and this is the path on the EC2 instance on which our file system will be mounted. Having said that, we will proceed further. I'll click on add storage, add tags. Let's leave everything else as default. And now I'm going to configure security group for the EC2 instance. So we have two security groups. I'm going to select the WBSG security group, web server security group. So this security group has these inbound rules. I'll click on review and launch, and I'll click on launch. So I'll choose an existing key pair, and now I'm going to launch the instances. I'd like to name this server as server 1. So our EC2 instance is up and running. So the next step is to verify whether the elastic file system has been mounted to our EC2 instance or not. But before going further, I'd like to show you the security group rules. So we have two security groups. One is the default one that is associated to the VPC. So while creating the EFS file system, we have not associated any security groups to that file system, but it has been created in this default VPC. So what happens is that the default security group that is associated with the VPC would also get associated to the EFS or the elastic file system that we have created in the default VPC. So we will check out the inbound rules of the security group. So the inbound rules are, as of now, all traffic from the default security group itself. But here we need to edit the inbound rules, and we need to add one more rule, that is the NFS rule. The source would be the web server security group that is attached to our EC2 instance. So now the NFS rule has been successfully created. Now I'm going to save the rules. So the rules have been saved. So the only sole reason why we are doing this is because to enable traffic between the EC2 instance and the elastic file system that are in the same VPC, that is the default VPC. So now we will check the security group rules of this WBSG. So yeah, so these are the inbound rules of this security group. So these are the conventional rules that any web server instance usually has. So having seen that, now we are going to verify whether our EFS has been mounted to our EC2 instance or not via SSH. So now I'm going to get into this server 1 via SSH. So now I'm in this server 1 machine. So I'll type sudo su, and now I'm going to type the command mount, Now if you see the third last line over here, here you could see the path /MNT/EFS/FS1 type NFS4. So that simply means that our elastic file system has been mounted on our EC2 instance at this path. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching our video, and please like, share and subscribe. See you in our next video.